I'm going to tell you right now, for the first time, what happened on the set in front of Penn&Teller. Hey guys, my name is Spidey, and welcome to Miami. Hey guys, what is up? Spidey here. Welcome to my place in Miami. I'm here to hang out for a little bit and work on some super cool projects. More news on this soon, but I want to take a minute to make a video to talk to you guys about a really cool experience that I had a couple of years ago involving Penn&Teller and a story that no one really knows about that I'm going to share with you guys for the first time publicly. So most of you know that I was on Penn&Teller Fool Us a couple of years ago. I performed with my friend Joel Myers. The thing a lot of my subscribers didn't realize is that about a year and a half before my episode of Fool Us, I was also on a TV show called Wizard Wars. Now, Wizard Wars was a TV show that was very successful on the Sci-Fi Network, where pairs of magicians would be teamed up and would be given 3 random objects, and they had to build a set, create custom magic with those objects. If you nail your first round, you win and you go on to the second round where you get to perform again. Now for this show, I was paired up with my good friend Chris Ramsay, who a lot of you know because he's also a giant YouTuber with a massively successful YouTube channel. So Chris and I had to create some custom magic for 2 rounds and perform it for a panel of judges, including Penn&Teller. Now the interesting thing about Chris and I is that in both our rounds, something pretty awesome happened. Now in our first round, we were given pillows, darts, and flashcards, and we had to make a custom set. Now the set was pretty long, and if you want to see the whole thing, you could go find the episode and watch the whole thing. But I'm gonna talk about one moment, the finale. Take a look.
Inside this dart box, you will notice I've got 4 darts, and I'm going to place, if you could take a step back just so everybody could see this, $1 US. There's 1 quarter, 2 quarter. Patrick, can you see that?
Yeah.
Great, we're just gonna close that.
This will be now placed over your head to make you completely blindfolded. Are you okay with that? Yeah. Even if you're not, it's too late. All right, we'll put this here. And I would just turn you around to face the giant map right here.
Patrick, here we go. Grab the first dart and just throw it right at the map.
Wyoming.
Wyoming. Grab the second one, go ahead and just throw it at the map. Nebraska. Throw the third one.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Go ahead with the last one. Perfect. Nevada. Woo!
Nevada. You've been great, and the least we could do is give you that $1. So go ahead and take those 4 quarters into your hands.
I thought for sure. Wait.
Hold on.
Patrick, grab those quarters in your right hand. One by one, you are going to read the names of those states, Patrick, for everybody to hear. That is the first one. What does that say?
Nevada.
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 That's 1. What does that say?
Nebraska.
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 The second one. Look at the third one. What does that one say?
Wyoming.
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 Yes.
And the final
Can it be?
quarter, please.
I think it is. What does that say? Pennsylvania.
So obviously, being absolutely in love with mentalism, I was able to take these props and create something of the mentalism genre. What's interesting is when the comments went to the judges and the judges had to comment, Penn said the following. Now before I show you this, I want to warn you, for those of you who know Penn&Teller from Fool Us, you're about to see a very different Penn. Penn Jillette famously lost a ton of weight. He wrote a book about it. He looks great now, he's fit. But back then, this was before all that. So you're about to see bigger Penn. Big, I guess like a highlighter. Let's cut that, we're gonna cut that. So here it is, this is Penn commenting on our first set.
Mentalism is really, really hard to do because mentalism as a form sucks. It's just not good. But the idea of using a cheesy box that would be used for any mentalism, pulling out the piece of paper that we use for any mentalism, and then just kill us with the quarters is brilliant.
So here's a really interesting thing about this. What you just heard, the comment, the end of it, was a soundbite. I'm not sure how they did it. I'm not sure if they sampled his voice from elsewhere, but that's not what happened at all. That's the reason that in the middle of him talking, they cut to me, because he didn't say what you just heard. And this is a little inside story. Not a lot of people know about this at all, but Chris and I were both there, and I'm gonna tell you right now, for the first time, what happened on the set. So the first part is correct. He said, you had the box like any mentalism and you put the prediction like any mentalism. And then he actually said, and at the end, you effed us with those coins. Now by F, I mean the F word, not fool, the other F word. He said, you effed us with those coins. Then the director of the show came on the system and said, Penn, we can't air that, can you say it again? So Penn goes, yeah, sure, no problem. And he goes, you came out with your little box like any mentalist and you put your little prediction like any mentalist and then you effed us with those coins. He just said it again. The whole studio burst out laughing. We burst out laughing. So did Chris and I fool Penn&Teller with our first round? It's hard to say. They really weren't in the mindset where they were trying to figure it out. But at the very least, we caught them off guard with something that they really didn't expect. And after our first set, backstage, both Penn&Teller told us that that last phase was a complete killer. So whether we fooled them or not is kind of ambiguous. But in the second round, I think we would have to agree that something pretty spectacular happened. So Chris and I went on to perform again because we nailed our first round. And in our second round, right off the top, we did something that I think really stumped them. Take a look.
Teller, imagine if you will, a toolbox. I reach into that toolbox, I pull out a tool. Any tool at all in the whole world. Not a hammer. Any other tool. What tool would it be? What tool would you imagine? A screwdriver. A screwdriver. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna touch anything, I'm just gonna turn around. A screwdriver.
So there it was, the screwdriver prediction. As soon as we were done, as soon as it went to the judges, the only thing Penn spoke about, no, that's not true actually, they didn't air it, but he talked about the rest of the set. They really had good things to say. But the one thing they were stuck on was the screwdriver. Penn&Teller could not get past the fact that Teller cleanly chose a tool and I turned around and on my back was the tool that he chose. They were pretty stuck on that to the point where Penn had to ask me, you know, what was up with that. They were trying to wrap their minds around it. And then this happened.
How many tools can a guy who doesn't talk act out?
Can I say what my out was if he didn't say?
I want to know your out.
If he said anything other than screwdriver, my answer was gonna be, all right, I guess Penn was right, mentalism does suck.
Oh, there you go, there you go.
Right? That says a lot, thank you.
Teller stood up and gave me a standing ovation for a method that we came up with that would have been a joke if it didn't work. What a moment, that was incredible. I don't think in the years that I've watched Teller on TV that he's ever stood up and applauded once he found out the method to something. They legitimately thought that we must have had a way out. But Teller was so impressed by the ingenuity of that he stood up and gave a standing ovation to the fact that they had no clue that we were all in with the screwdriver. So in that second set, I definitely think that they were very much puzzled by the screwdriver prediction. So if you haven't seen the episode, go check it out. Season 1, episode 10 of Wizard Wars. It was such a fun show. We had such a blast filming it. It was great to see all my magical friends coming up with all these creative and new magic for this TV show. It was honestly one of my favorite magic TV shows ever televised. Let me know in the comments if you've seen it, what you thought of it. If not, go check it out. That's it for me, guys. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to turn those notifications on, and also remember I'm here for 30 minutes after the upload to answer all your questions, whether it's about this, whether it's about Fool Us, whether it's about Chris Ramsay's beard and how it became so lush in such a short amount of time. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it, guys. I will see you on the next one. Peace.